Hi, and welcome to Ballin with BT. I'm your host, Brandon Thomas. On today's show, we're going to have J.R. Blood on to talk about his success and the future of the Wildcats football and basketball team. Plus, I'll give you my top 5 uniforms from around the parish. Ballin with BT starts right now. When you devote time to master one sport, it's an impressive feat. But when you do it with 2, you're somebody special. My next guest knows all about that. J.R. Blood, next on Ballin with BT. And we're back. I'm here with Mr. Destrehan himself, J.R. Blood. How you doing today, J.R.?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great. Let's start off with football, J.R. You've been the starting quarterback for 2 years, going on 3. And you've been surrounded by some great talent. But now you have arguably some of the greatest in the state. A Mississippi commit in Quentin Tolbert, a SEC talent in Carl Lewis, and just a rare breed in John Emery. How do you think this team is ready to take it to the next level?
Honestly, I think we're so ready, BT. I mean, considering all the people that you've already mentioned, and a line that's ready to fight, and a defense that's coming back, and receivers that you haven't mentioned, and running backs that you haven't mentioned, I honestly think that we've been together for so long that we're honestly ready to take it to that next level.
All right, JR, being the starting quarterback for the Wildcats puts you in some great company, from Jordan Jefferson to Donovan Isom. And who can forget that incredible run that Marquise Darisburg had? But out of all those quarterbacks, only one in Jordan Jefferson has won the ring. How do you plan to change that?
I mean, there's only one thing I can do. Fight, pray, and do everything with a purpose.
All right, JR, now let's transition to the basketball court. Last season, the Wildcats had a pretty good season. To say there were a lot of new pieces, but didn't meet the preseason expectations. Now with talents like Mako Marin, Jalvin and Zalvin Michael, are the Wildcats now ready to take their talents to the championship?
I mean, last year was really our trial and error year, and we went through a lot of trials and tribulations. I mean, we had a lot of young pieces, and we had pieces, but I feel like this year, again, with us all being together and having that year last year, we don't feel it again, and we're just ready to take it to the next level.
All right, JR, the Homewood Tigers are going to be at a disadvantage next year with young talent. How do you plan, as a captain of the basketball team, how do you plan to just take advantage of that and win the game?
I mean, people classify young talent as a disadvantage or stuff like that, but I learned growing up and from past experience, you can't really take anybody lightly. So just go out there and handle our business.
All right, JR, thank you and good luck in the upcoming season, man.
Thank you, BT. Appreciate that.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at my top 5 uniforms and much more next on Ballin with BT.
How many things have I heard you say?
NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders once said, "If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good." You might not be getting paid in high school, but rocking these uniforms and the success that these teams are having, you might end up being there one day. Number 5, Destrehan football home uniforms. These uniforms made by Nike takes a unique spin on the garnet and white classic uniforms that Destrehan used to sport, but now they sport gray shoulder sleeves. Number 4, sticking with Destrehan, we have the Destrehan girls basketball away uniforms. Talk about looking good and playing good. These unis were sported by the Lady Cats in their 2016 championship campaign, keeping it simple with a garnet base with hints of gray and white. Number 3, next we transition to Harmville, where the boys basketball team sports an all-white home uniform this year, straying away from the white and gold combo from last year. Number 2, now right here we have something special. The Harmville Tiger football away uniforms. These units have been featured in some of the Tigers' biggest games, from last year's Battle on the River against Destrehan, the Heartstopper against Acadiana, and the Tigers' first championship appearance since 2003 in the Superdome. And number 1, finally, we have the Harmville softball blackout uniforms. This combo is unlike any other on this list, being that it's the only uniform that uses an alternate color, which is black, as the main theme throughout the entire uniform. I hope we get to see these do some damage in the state playoffs. Well, that'll do it for Ballin BT. I would first like to thank the Lord, because without him, none of this would be possible. I would also like to thank my parents for supporting me and pushing me to do my best work. And I would also like to thank anybody who helped me throughout this process. And I especially would like to thank my guest. For Ballin BT, I'm your host, Brandon Thomas. Good night.
Money, 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 money.